Welcome to Six Reels Neat, the podcast where cinema meets the perfect pour. Each episode, we dive into the stories, scenes, and stars that make up the movie magic we love so much, and we'll try to find the perfect cocktail to match. So grab a seat, open your tab, and let's roll the reels.
Let's roll the reels, shall we? Biota, the Six Reels Neat. Let's roll the reels. I've had two of these already, so.
If we had the power to order anybody to do anything, I think this probably wouldn't be what we'd do with it.
Oh my. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Carly. What's up? I feel like it's been a while.
It has been a while. We are just cooking along into spring.
Yeah, it's suddenly very warm outside.
Yep. I am cooking in this Chicago apartment.
Yeah,
and they've not turned my air on. So we're just awaiting our fate.
Just go buy a bag of ice and live in it.
Yeah. But I was just in New York this weekend.
That's
beautiful,
fun.
Like 60s. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. The sun was out. I had 5.5 million martinis and espresso martinis. So we really did it up. But it was also really beautiful in New York. So I was just there last weekend.
Lovely. What a nice little sojourn.
Yes.
Very good.
How about you? Any news and announcements? I'm going to really try. We're going to say the theme of the episode. I'm going to really try not to use an accent that I cannot do, but I'm going to try my best. But
okay.
What's new with you, Jeff?
I'm actually very afraid of that myself. I don't know where my brain.
I already did it.
Yeah, I feel like I've been watching a ton of TV lately, but I haven't been like doing the movie thing, and it's been enough that I've noticed it. I checked my letterbox list, like my journal, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like the log.
Yeah. And I had a few movies that I watched in March, but like not enough. But it was more because I was watching Oscar movies. I was trying to like catch up.
Yeah, we were doing work last month. So
do you keep a letterboxd journal? Do you log your watches?
Yeah. Even if I've already seen a movie and I watch it again, I'll put it in the log because it isn't in the log yet, even though I've already seen it. So I only started it maybe like a year or two ago.
Can't possibly have put in every movie that you've ever seen by memory.
No.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a day job, between movies, TV, logging, media, reading, I could fill my day, but alas, we have to pay the bills.
And you'd be all caught up.
I'd be all caught up. I would organize my letterbox, I could organize my Pinterest, organize my Instagram,
You would have to do it from a cardboard box, but it would be easier maybe. It would be faster.
That's true. The most recent one I saw is Project Hail Mary, and it was fantastic. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't yet. I've been hearing really good things, but I'm going to wait too long, and I'm going to have to watch it at home, but I'm very excited about it. How did you like it?
I really liked it. I read the book as well, so it was great. It was. Then now I'm starting to see all the behind the scenes and how they did stuff, but I don't want to spoil it for you, so I will wait, and you should see it in theaters. Thank you.
I really should try. I feel like it just opened not long ago, so it's probably still going to be around for a bit.
Yeah, I think it was mid-March, and it was parallel to the Artemis 2 Around the Moon journey, and I was in it. Every day, turn on NASA TV. It was like my Olympics. I didn't turn the news on. I didn't turn television on. I was just had NASA on all day long, see where they were up to, make sure everything was going okay. I was also doing work, and I was making sure Artemis was doing well every day. That was it was a 10-day journey. So I saw Project Hail Mary. Then I've been in space for basically all of March. So I've also been very busy.
Wow. When you were out of town, I was talking to a friend of ours, and you came up, and I was like, well, we can't really talk to her right now.
So sorry.
This is the championship.
I'm unavailable.
She's got really super important life stuff going on right now.
Shall we dive in to our feature presentation?
I think we should. We've been talking about this for a long time, but not in the context of the movie.
We are talking about today Peaky Blinders,
Ooh.
Immortal Man, an hour, 52-minute film. Came out this year. Synopsis goes as, during World War II, Tommy Shelby returns to a bombed Birmingham and becomes involved in secret wartime missions facing new threats as he reckons with his past.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. I had to look at my notes. I was like, what secret wartime missions was he involved in?
You wrote this. I was just reading it.
I did not. I copied that from IMDb. They wrote that. Somebody wrote it.
So here's what I had to do. It's been a while since there's 6 seasons in the show, and now they came out with a movie to kind of like conclude this story. So I had to go to the good old YouTube and get on the recaps.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't end up doing that, and I wished I had, because I would see somebody and I would go, oh yeah, that's somebody.
Yeah.
We know who they are. And I also spent a lot of time thinking about characters that we didn't see in the movie, who we did see in the series. And like, they're not here now or whatever. For whatever reason, they're not involved in it. And I could not remember literally anybody's name except for Polly, who wasn't even in the last season, really, because Helen McCrory had passed away already.
I know. That's why I wish I had done a couple recaps. Yeah. It helped kind of revamp where his like demeanor was by the end. So this follows the Shelby family and their Peaky Blinders in Birmingham. And okay, so season 6 ends, and I think the movie begins. Is this 10 years later?
I think they said it was like exactly 10 years later.
Okay, so this is the start of World War II, where it picks up in the movie.
1940, I have written down.
Yes. People knew that he was alive. And I go, didn't he stage his own? Also, rewind. Spoilers ahead, now that we're diving in.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Thank you for doing that.
We could just rewind it. That's the rewind sound.
Yeah, famously.
I was like, so people know he's alive? I thought he staged his own death.
Did he?
Okay, so at the very end, this doctor like diagnosed him with like an uncurable disease. But that was a trick by Mosley, by the political guy. And he hired the doctor to say that. And then he just like was giving away the family business, basically. Blew up his house. And that's like the epic picture where he's like smoking, walking. He's always smoking and walking, but like walking away and the house blows up. So he blows up the house. Then he goes to live in a caravan. And somehow, some way it comes out that he's actually not dying. So he's like, well, I could go back to my life with my family or stage my own death and leave this life. And so he sets the caravan on fire and he rides away on a horse. So to me,
the end.
that's literally the end. And then it burns. I was like, okay, so the series is over. He staged his own death and that's just it. And then the movie is surfacing and I'm like, well, how are we going to do that?
What's this going to be about?
That's where we came back. And then like, I think Ada came to visit. Well, Tommy Dogs was with him, or Johnny Dogs.
Johnny Dogs is one of my favorite guys.
So then I'm like, oh, okay, so people know that he's not dead.
I thought it was interesting that he was just living in his house all by himself, basically, with Johnny. It makes sense based on like what had happened between the series and the film.
Right.
It seemed like a big sidestep for Tommy Shelby. Obviously, that's the intention.
Right.
Like, you don't know why he's secluded. He's living like a hermit in this house now.
And like, he is not dressed in his suit. It's very like muted. He's writing this book.
I thought that was cool. That was a neat detail.
Yeah. And like, well, also he was like heavy drinking and doing drugs. So he was just like secluding himself into this life. And he was having visions of his family members that were dead. And what did he say, Johnny Dog? He was like, when people ask about Tommy Shelby, I say that he was like gone from this life, which isn't saying that he's dead, but he's just gone.
He secluded himself in the West Wing.
Right. Basically, yes. Overall, I wanted to know, well, what the fuck happened? Did he ever return? Did things go down? Did he leave and it's been 10 years?
Like between? Yeah, they didn't really address that. They addressed the elephant in the room, why he had like had a nervous breakdown.
Right.
That wasn't right away, certainly.
Yeah, because then this woman comes, Kahlo, I think her name was.
Yeah, played by Rebecca Ferguson.
She was great, I thought.
She was great. I loved her. She's one of those actors who she is in a ton of stuff, but I never notice her until maybe the last couple months, honestly. And now I
Yeah.
start seeing her in things. I'm like, oh, I actually like your work a lot. And I didn't
Yes.
realize that. She's great. She was in F1.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
Now, I didn't realize this till the end, and I was like looking over notes and things. Since he was having a lot of visions, do you think that Johnny Dogs was really there?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. I think he was, only because I think there are scenes later where Johnny is there interacting with other people. But now that I say that, I'm not sure that, because everybody's kind of doing their own thing. We don't really see them all interact with each other. They're all there within the context of showing up for Tommy and for Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I feel like I need to watch it again. Well, let's take a step back. I think we should talk about what the crazy hook is, the inciting incident that is like the through line for what's happening in the background of this entire film. Right. Is that Germany is counterfeiting British money to try and like crash their economy. Feel like this is probably something that maybe actually happened. I don't have enough of a handle on that part of history.
Yes, I agree.
It seems like it would have been a reasonable thing to try and do.
And then Birmingham and the UK are being bombed throughout this entire film. The beginning is we're cooking along.
Yeah.
Everything is happening. Here's this and the bombing. And you're like, whoa, okay, we've really set the stage. And then we just go right to Tommy in isolation. You're like, okay.
How did we get here?
How did we get here? Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot happening See, I was about to say something that I don't fully believe. I'll just say it. There was a lot happening right at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that the beginning was very slow by Peaky Blinders standards, certainly. I think there's a lot of information, but it happens in a very lazy way. It just like slowly trickles out. We spent a lot of time introducing Tim Roth as Beckett, who's the one who the Germans are working with to bring the counterfeit money to England. And I love Tim Roth. I always love Tim Roth. It's nice when he pops up in something. But I'm like, all right, we got it. We know who this guy is. We can move along a little bit. Let's pick up the pace, y'all.
Yeah, and I was wondering if they were really trying to, because they're trying to make the connection when it comes to Duke, like how evil this guy is. So like, are you trying to set the stage here? I did like the reveal of Duke. Like we didn't really see his face until the camera kind of like revealed it.
I like Barry Keoghan too. I didn't know that I liked his work, but he was so likable in The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah.
And I know he was in the Yorgos Lanthimos one, The Lobster.
Saltburn?
Well, he was also in Saltburn.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Emerald Fennell. The point was, I like his work, and I thought he was really good in this. I was curious how he was going to just kind of slot in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. His right hand was the son? No. He looked exactly like one of the guys that Ada was involved with way back when. Did he have a son? And now he's
one of them.
Now he's the right-hand man. What did you think of the writing of the movie versus like the series?
I thought that it mostly felt Peaky Blinders-y. Now, I'm going to qualify that by saying I think it felt like the later seasons.
Okay.
I think the show that we saw at the beginning is very different than the show that we saw at the end.
Yes.
But it felt like a natural continuation to me. What were your thoughts about it? Like, what did you walk away with?
I felt like during the show, I mean, this is the same writer. I mean, nothing's shifted greatly. There's different directors, but the main writer hasn't shifted. So during the seasons, I felt like there was a lot more you had to read between the lines, and there was a lot going on. You had to figure out who they were against. This felt a little more like some of the lines delivered were pretty like matter of fact. Like, we are saying this and this is what I mean. But there were a lot of like bigger picture things that were said too by Tommy and everybody. And so a little bit of both, but I did feel this was a little more, had more air to it in the writing, maybe for like mass audience.
Yeah. I wonder how much they were relying on the fact that it hadn't been on TV since 2022.
Right.
So
yeah.
They were trying to reach a whole new audience with this.
Right.
Presumably.
The Duke and the Tommy of it all was a roller coaster for me. That's why I wanted more story of like when Tommy left. Was it literally 10 years ago, never saw him again? And Duke just had to like figure out what to do with his life. And he took over the Peaky Blinders. And there was like very distinct lines that were well done, where he's like, all I know is sin because you left me and that's what I knew. And so you didn't, you weren't my father and all of these things. And by the end, I was like, Tommy, can't you just stay and you guys can like do it together and you can show him that there's a good way to do it and there's a war going on. Yeah. So I struggled with that of like, why can't Tommy stay? But Tommy has to go. But why does his son have to do it? But I liked that, like seeing that dynamic as well, because Duke was clearly in over his head with this money, that counterfeit money.
Yeah.
That would have changed the war.
I thought that was interesting because they showed him as very capable and able. When we see him right at the beginning, they're basically hijacking a shipment of weapons and they're just taking them, right? These are ours now. This is classic Peaky Blinders business. This is us. By order of the Peaky Blinders, we're taking your stuff.
Yeah.
So it was interesting that so quickly somebody came to him with a thing that he like couldn't really deal with. It was on a scale that he was not equipped to handle. And I don't know if we had really earned that necessarily.
Yeah.
We had to come in with a lot of knowledge. We had to kind of know who Duke was. We had to understand that Tommy had been gone, that we had to infer that there was a lot of absence involved for all these guys.
Right.
And that does things to your brain. And then we had to figure out what that was. We were doing a lot of work during this movie, I think.
You could have done another series, like another season. So there is a lot to unpack between their relationship. And his aunt raised him, ? Kahlo raised him because she wanted him to be the new Gypsy King. But then she knew Tommy had to die. There's just a lot to unpack. Yeah.
Interestingly, I thought that their motivations were very clear, but their methods were pretty hazy.
Right. And I was like,
what was your plan here?
Well, when she came along, I was like, there is no way he is trusting this girl. But like, you kind of think he's gonna at first. I was like, this is not Tommy Shelby trusting this woman.
He has truly been lost to us if he just blindly follows
he was
her.
Like, I mean, I know. Yeah. And like they got together and you're like, fine, whatever. It was just funny. Like they hook up and then he's like, I'm ready to go back. And I was like, okay, can we just evaluate here? I'm going to put on the fucking coat. And I'm like, okay, can we?
All right.
Now we do. When your sister came and begged you to come and fix these problems.
I love Ada.
This death.
Oh my God.
That Ada dying killed me.
I had a note that, first of all, I do want to talk about Ada's death scene.
Yes, we can.
Because holy smokes.
We can pin that.
But I thought that killing Ada was such a wild move narratively. But I understand why they did it, because truly at that point, especially when we find out that Arthur's no longer around, and this was still early enough in the movie that like we didn't find out yet what had happened to Arthur. Right. We just know that Ada's his last, like that's it. It's Ada and Duke, and Duke is really he's just this dude off in the weeds. So when they killed Ada, that was truly the only thing I think that could have brought him really fully back, like reactivated Tommy Shelby. You take out Ada, the one who probably had the cleanest hands out of all of them,
and she always came back for him in some capacity. Yes. You know, she was his blood sister. And
she was the ultimate ride or die.
Yeah. The women of this show, there was a lot of, you know, all the wives and the girlfriends and the love interest and the romantic. But her and Polly were like the family dynamic and the ones holding it together. Like when they went back, when they went to war, they held the business down. When they came back,
whenever one of the guys fell apart,
they were there. Right. And she had such a big arc. And he always said it too. He's like, it's going to be you. You're going to go be the MP. Go be. And so she had this like glow up. She took it over and she was like, okay, I will be this person for this family. But then kind of during this era, she distanced herself because Duke was like running rampage and that people would blame her. Like, your Peaky Blinders are doing this.
I thought that was really interesting that they actually, if you even go back to the series, she did everything she could to distance herself from everything they were doing until a couple very specific moments. In spite of all that, the community saw her as a Shelby.
Right.
Regardless of anything else she had done or achieved, or like she moved to London for seasons. She was gone for years and she She's one of that Shelby clan. She's no good.
So that was a big blow.
Yeah. And did you think Duke was going to do it?
I don't think so. I don't know. When he was having like a panic attack in the phone booth, and okay, I know he was trying to, I know what's the guy, the German guy?
Oh, Beckett.
Beckett.
He was British, but he was working with the Germans.
Right. His whole demeanor of like, if you were my son, I'd be so proud of you.
Yes.
I thought that was a little...
It was a little cheap.
It was a little cheap. It was a little cheesy. And I was like, okay, I know he doesn't have a father figure right now. And I know you're trying to be that for him. But like, you met like a week ago.
Well, here's the thing. For you and me to hear him say that, it's obviously a manipulation tactic.
Right. We know
obviously.
that.
But like, Duke has never had anybody in his life say that to him.
Like, okay, well...
I know. And then you get frustrated because you're like, how are you falling for this?
And then when he killed her, he's like, I'm so not proud of you. I was like, you just killed my aunt in front of me and said you're not proud of me? Like, that's a lot. Okay. I was like, oh, Ada.
Right in the head, too. Just like, no, there's no question.
Pretty common to do that.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. There was a thing that they did pretty early in the film, and I think they kind of stepped away from it later in the movie, which they also did in the series. But it was really nice to see some of that like classic Peaky Blinders camera work come back into it.
Yeah.
They really got in. They'd never been afraid. And maybe this is a BBC thing, but they really got in for like these super tight close-ups with really narrow fields of focus. And they were just like, we're just looking at somebody living in their own head. And they got a chance to do that a bit, especially early when Tommy was not Tommy Shelby again for a while. It was just really refreshing to me. I was like, oh, this feels like putting on a familiar coat. Like we're back in Birmingham. This is Peaky Blinders for me. It looks like, it feels like, it smells like the show.
Yes. I believe that the director of the film was the season 1 director with another, there was, I think, 2 directors on season 1. I agree. I think the cinematography was so cool as always. There was some scenes where when they're going to blow up, the whole last half, I was pretty in it. The first half, I was kind of like, okay.
Just kind of vibing.
But the last half of like them doing the stunt and blowing up the money, obviously Tommy's death was very cinematic and epic. But when he was in the tunnel and the bomb went off, man, and he was stuck, and then there were flashes of Arthur and flashes of Ada, I was like, you guys, is this a horror film? What is happening? I literally gasped. I was like, and they're just like, it's like quick. Because he's like having PTSD from being in the war.
Because he was a tunneler in the war and he hadn't done it since.
This is quite alarming. And so that was, while doing that, that was a choice of editorial work, but... That
tunnel sequence was a great way to talk about visually Tommy's mental state.
Yes.
It was just him and his thoughts, basically, which is kind of how the movie started. That's really what he's been like always.
Someone says it where it's like, it never left him. Like he's always had this. He's always, since we've met him, he's always had these visions and something's been happening and that never left. And so he finally accepted it and was like, this is what this is. His death sequence, I knew. So like they blow up the money and then he's going to kill Beckett. Once that car was coming for him, I'm like, he ain't moving. He ain't moving.
This is the end of it.
And then I go, Duke's going to save him because it's his dad. Lo and behold, Duke saves him.
And they finally connected.
That's why I was like, can you like there's 1,000 Peaky Blinders around you. Can't we take him to the hospital? And he just fix him on up. And then you guys can like hang out and you guys can be together. Understand.
He's not worthy of a happy ending because he did an unforgivable thing. He did the one thing that Tommy Shelby would never do. And he betrayed his family when he killed Arthur.
So that whole portion, I was very confused at first. And I was like, where's Arthur? Okay, so he's dead. Okay.
I know. Arthur was one of my favorites, too.
That reveal was so interesting. So you're thinking he killed him because he was high off opium, going insane. But then Tommy admitted that he was drunk and...
He really just did it to shut him up, basically.
Because Arthur was always a big liability, a big problem. it was all shocking. But I was like, yeah, you're right. I mean, I never thought that would happen, that he would do that. It kind of felt glossed over. Not glossed over. They touched on it, but not that much.
Well, it was interesting how they rolled it out because they told it in 3 beats where you had Arthur died, and then Arthur died because Tommy killed him. And then you had Arthur died because Tommy killed him on purpose. Yeah. Not because he was defending himself, because he wanted to kill him. And I thought that was an interesting way to roll that out. It did feel like the kind of thing that you would do over the course of a season of a TV show.
Right.
But I still think it worked. We needed to have Tommy finally be unredeemable. He's done some heinous shit. And every other time, he's still the good guy, ultimately.
Right.
But he needed to have crossed the line in such a way that even he could not justify coming back. He's not worth... When Ada died, that was it. And nothing left. Why is he the one? Why is he worthy to be the last remaining Shelby? And obviously he isn't, because Duke and whatever, but...
All right. Oh, my God.
There's another son somewhere that I just forgot about. I don't know.
Charles? It's Grace's son.
Grace's son, yes.
Yes.
Who would have been like a proper adult by the time this was happening.
Do you have any other overall thoughts?
I had a couple like crazy, like fun moments that I wanted to just highlight. We don't have to talk about them, but I wanted to name them.
Yes.
When he shows up in the bar and he has that confrontation with the soldier.
I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, oh, I have to mention that. That was iconic. First of all, when he was getting dressed, when he puts on the suit, when he puts on the coat and he walks into the garrison.
He's back.
Back, baby. Here we go. And the cap is like pulled down low, doesn't even look at this motherfucker. That scene was great.
Somebody like to tell him who I am.
And then the freaking grenade. So I'm like, what if the guy didn't run out? What if he didn't run out? Everybody he would be dead.
I had that same thought.
He gave 0 fucks. He was like...
Yeah, he was just already gone.
He was like, okay, like I care.
My note was, grenade down the shirt, ! Question mark. Real big on my page. I'm questioning
my entire life, grenade down the shirt.
That's so good.
Wow, that was great, yeah.
That was in like the Act 2, Tommy's back. Because not long after that is when... It might have been immediately after that. Is when he like goes outside and jumps on the horse and like rides it through the streets of Birmingham. And it's just like, my note was Tommy on the horse was mythic. Like he came through like King Arthur.
And people were like reaching for him. Literally. They were like, oh, I was like, and then of course he was like covered in like the pigsty when he was like wrestling his son.
That was a great scene. That was my favorite scene in the movie.
Yes. Okay. The grenade one was
him on the
great.
horse anytime is top notch. But in that moment, the way they did it was like he was the hero with 1,000 faces.
Because they were kind of marrying Duke's new era of like the Garrison pub and what it is. And then once Tommy Shelby walked in, it was like, no. This is what this is.
Maybe y'all don't know.
Right. I don't know if you know. I mean, they literally didn't know who he was. That was iconic.
Yeah, I loved that. Those were the only ones. And there was a quote that I liked where he said, "He is my son, my dark reflection. He is who I allowed him to be by being the man I am." And I thought that was a neat little bit of like word craft. It's cheesy and TV-y, but like, we love it. You know what I mean?
No, I freaking love it. You're like, okay, so... I'm going to say it. I love it, but I just have to say that it's not that cool, but it's kind of cool.
Not that cool. Like, I'm not a dork, but like, it's so good.
It's pretty fucking cool.
There's also a moment, like, it wasn't a moment, but it's a thing that Tommy does that nobody else does. Okay. Maybe Arthur did during the series, but he would go, hey, like you're saying, hey. He would say it at the end of a statement. And the way that he said, hey, it like immediately clicked for me. Like, this is Tommy Shelby. That is a thing that I identified with him so clearly, that him just saying that one simple syllable. Okay, now he's fully back. He's in control again. Because that's him going, hey, dumbass, pay attention. I said something. You have to do it. Okay, sorry. Those were the only other notes I had. Did you have something you wanted to pivot to?
Yes. The music, the soundtrack, I thought was classic Peaky Blinders. Yes. I looked it up. And so this album features film score by Peaky series collaborators Anthony Gen, and Martin Slattery, as well as original songs from Jiren Chatton, of the Fontaines DC, and Amy Taylor, Amel and the Sniffers is the band name.
Okay.
I gave it a shot, but
Great.
the album, I thought the music was done very well.
Are they the ones who did the cover of the Red Right Hand, or did Nick Cave do a new version of it?
Oh, great
'Cause Nick
question.
Cave did the original, but the guy who did it in this one sounded so old that I thought it might be Nick Cave, because he's got to be.
It's still got to be Nick Cave.
No, but I think it might be him. Like,
okay, wait, let me look it up.
Yeah, take a look.
Okay, so I do not see.
So that wasn't him?
I don't see Nick Cave on here.
Some other old man. Oh boy.
It's gotta
Oh, boy.
be the older version of Nick Cave.
Does it say?
Oh no, wait, it is. It is. Right
It is?
Immortal, Nick Cave. It is on the album. Sorry.
Is that soundtrack on Spotify?
Yes. Peaky Blinders,
All right.
the Immortal Man
I need to
soundtrack from the
listen to it.
Netflix film.
There must be good playlists for the entire series. There was such great music in
Oh,
there.
yeah. Okay, so my last little topic is, did you watch or listen to the Immortal Man podcast that was done in parallel with the movie?
Did you?
I did. It was very well done.
When did you have time to do all this?
Listen, she's working
Yeah,
and
I forgot.
for the podcast, okay? She is doing work out here.
You're dedicated in a way that I can only aspire to.
So it's about 6-ish episodes, but they're only like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Each episode has a couple different topics. They talk about Tommy, they talk about the history. I learned quite a lot. So there's a couple of things. So there's different kind of arenas for different episodes, and they interview the actors, they interview the writers, costume designer. A couple of fun things that came out of it were like Killian talked about his voice for Tommy was he lowered it specifically, and like the smoking and he's like, no, I started to lower it as like the seasons went on. I was like, that's interesting.
That's a power move.
You know the move where he puts a cigarette in his mouth and he kind of like drags it along his like bottom lip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so cool.
So cool, right? And he's like, I know, but it was actually the prop guy's idea because they're fake cigarettes. So it would get like stuck on his lip. So he would like wet it. And that's what he was doing.
Moving. Yeah.
To keep him moving.
I found the brand that they used because he doesn't smoke, and he smoked like 2,000 cigarettes by the end of season 2.
That's
so
wild.
He used the same brand for the entire run of the series. So it was, and I found it like that's just a brand off the shelf.
Is it like an herb cigarette? What is it?
Yeah. That's what it is.
You can watch the podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify, but you can also watch it on Netflix because they sit in the sets. They're in the Garrison Pub.
Oh, cool.
So I didn't know. There's a lot of backstory about the writer. His family's from Birmingham, and his great uncles were Peaky Blinders. So a lot of where these stories came from were from his family. And I was like, what?
How much of it did he have storylines that were inspired by actual things?
I think it was inspired. Like this show was surrounding this family and surrounding the Peaky Blinders. And I think he knew his family would tell him stories, but he kind of mixed historical things happening with like the era and aura and the little things that he heard about growing up and created this story. So some of these plot lines like never happened, but there was one he talked about where when we first get introduced to Duke and he's stealing the guns from the gun factory that they're in Birmingham, he has this iron and he starts to like beat the shit out of that guy. And the writer tells this story. He's like, yeah, my great uncle told this story about, these 4 guys are going to try and come beat me up. And he's like, well, I'm going to go get my dad. And they're like, okay, go get him. And so he comes back with this iron and they're like, what's that? He's like, this is my dad. And he just starts this fight, like things like that. And then his mom was a bookie runner. So there's this story he tells and that she's a little girl.
Yeah.
And she was walking down the street with a laundry basket. And so if you wanted to make a bet, because betting was illegal, that's where the Blinders were running betting. And so they would drop the name of the horse and a coin into her basket. And then she would hand the basket over to the bookie. And then they would pay her for doing like the rounds. Like there's these little stories that he has that launched this whole thing. So I didn't know any of that he kind of had a little bit of time. I think there was like some family members, there was the Lee family, there was, Billy Kimber.
That was a real guy?
That was a real guy, yes.
Wow. I didn't know any of this stuff.
Some people are real. Some people I think are like, there was this guy and blah, blah, blah. But
I'm going to have to listen to this. This sounds really
well done.
I think I would love it.
Another good thing, there's 3 more things. The costume designer was talking about, she talked about just like the suits and what people wore. The Peaky Blinders were so well dressed, but they came from lower and middle class.
Oh, yeah.
And she was talking about Tommy's look. You know, they still wore the caps and he still wore this suit, but his cap would get kind of narrower and narrower as the seasons went on to like really hone in on like his demeanor. Like it got lower, it got like sharper. It wasn't the big brimmed like he was when he was younger.
Like at the beginning. Yeah.
At the beginning. So things like that I thought were really interesting that she talked about. And of course, like the women, the 3-piece suits, like women didn't wear trousers then. And like, here's Polly in this amazing suit and Ada and all of these women who had these amazing, beautiful costumes for this time period. And as it went on, because we went from 20s, 30s, 40s. So she had some really cool, interesting kind of things that she did. And even Duke had a gemstone in his cap. And he also wore like a scarf that was like his signature. So she was saying that like that was his signature as the new era of Peaky Blinders. Like, or Tommy had a red lining coat. He had a gem in his cap and the scarf.
Coat. Holy cow.
I really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend if you've seen the movie or seen the series, there are some spoilers, but it's short and sweet. Johnny Dogs is like kind of like there's a host, this woman who hosts it. She does great. And then Johnny Dogs is like kind of her counter, and he kind of talks about the cast and like. Oh,
so he's in all of them too?
He's in the podcast too, or it's like, and they're kind of standing around the fire in Charlie's yard, like talking. Oh. So you should watch it.
That's so cool.
So yeah, I recommend watching the podcast. It kind of dives in a little bit deeper, and the writer talks about a lot.
I love that. All right, let's look at the series for a minute.
Okay.
You said they had 6 seasons that they did.
Yes.
Great TV. It's some of the most, I was going to say fun. It's not fun.
Entertaining, if you will.
Yeah, I felt really connected to the story by the time it was done. But there were some characters that I really missed, and like some sort of aspects that I didn't realize I was going to miss.
Yeah.
It really hurt me that Arthur was gone.
I know.
Like I didn't realize how much of a favorite he had become, and just hearing him growl out like, by order of the Peaky Blinders. Like he just had this like really gruff kind of, and I missed that.
I mean, he was like outwardly chaos versus Tommy was like decision internal chaos.
Yes. They were the yin and yang. So the fact that he wasn't around anymore was really sort of, I didn't realize how much that was going to sort of affect me in the way that I was approaching these characters. So many of the characters that we gotten attached to were gone during the series. Like they killed off a lot of characters toward the end there.
I mean, listen, everybody's gone.
Did you have any favorites that like didn't show up?
Well, yeah, Arthur, I think that dynamic, this was truly like focused on Tommy.
Yeah.
I do like that Johnny Dogs is there. I think he was always the guy that was around. And a Charlie and a Curly, but I miss Polly.
I learned something really wild during my research on this, and it is that the guy who played John Shelby, do you remember Brother John, who died like at like the middle of season 2 or whatever?
Married to Esme John?
Yeah. That actor and the guy who played Michael.
Okay.
We remember Michael.
Oh, don't
Big
we?
Piece of shit Michael. Those 2 guys are brothers in real life.
What?
Yes. Finn Cole plays Michael Gray, and Joe Cole played John Shelby. And they're real life brothers.
They do not look alike.
They look enough alike to be family.
That's wild. I did not know that. Oh my God. How like traumatic. And then they're brothers in real life, and then they die. Oh my God. That is wild.
I also learned that here's a weird little fact for you. I always thought, why is it so easy to get contraband smuggled in and out of Birmingham? Because allegedly, I haven't fact checked this, but I've seen it in the IMDb trivia that there are more canals in Birmingham than there are in Venice, Italy. And
really?
Venice is famous for having canals. There just must be water every damn place.
Yeah. When you said the statement, I thought the boats, but whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
How about that?
Well, should we dive into our mixology breakdown of the Peaky Blinders?
Peaky Blinders. I think we must. We must.
I think we gotta. You know, the Peaky Blinders are known for the whiskey, known for slinging it back. But I went a different route. I did a gin-based drink, and it's based off of a 1920s, like kind of during Prohibition drink called the Bee's Knees. So it's 2 ounces of gin, 3/4 ounce lemon juice. I did 1 ounce of honey syrup. So honey syrup, all you do is put water.
An ounce?
I know. I did it. So honey syrup is honey and water, and you warm it up so that the honey dissolves into the water.
You did a 1-to-1 by volume?
I did a 1-to-1, yeah. Then shake it hard over ice. And then I actually added some rosemary on top. And so I added a little bit more honey. Again, I don't like super sweet drinks. And it almost gave an aura of a French 75, but it's more honey forward, but it's not tart. So it felt like warm, but like the punch of the gin, and it's like cold. I put the glass in the fridge to get it cold, and then I shook it really hard over ice. So it's a cold drink. So this is a honey lemon gin-based drink with a lemon twist and rosemary on top, and I call it Razor and Honey because I felt like it's a little bit of both. It's kind of has like the punch of the gin, but it's also like honey and sweet, and I feel like that's this show. Like there's a lot of punch to this show, this era, this family, but there's also like some honey, and it's about family.
I love that.
Razor and Honey.
I learned that the costumer put the razors in the caps for the series, despite the fact that they would have been too expensive for the actual Peaky Blinders to have done. Like they couldn't have afforded to put razors in their hats. They just had to beat your ass.
What drink did we curate for the Blinders?
I, this time, decided to pick the low-hanging fruit. And I ultimately realized that I ended up with a drink that is just another variation on an old-fashioned. I didn't mean to do it this way, but it's a little different. It's just, but ultimately, like that's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. This one is 2.5 ounces of an Irish whiskey.
Okay.
I bought a little bottle of Jameson. So this was not the whiskey that I would have picked, but I wanted this to be as accessible as possible as a recipe in case somebody wanted to make this at home. But I'm going to lose you in the next ingredient. So here we go.
Ugh, can't wait.
I made a custom syrup for this.
Okay.
I wanted something smoky, but I did not want to add like a peated scotch. And I didn't want to, like a mezcal's the wrong flavor profile.
Okay.
So I didn't want to do that. It turns out that I had just gotten a tea delivery. This is nerdy stuff right here. Mm-hmm. And I decided to try an ounce of a Lapsang Souchong tea, which is famously very smoky tea. Like it's a smoked tea.
Okay.
And I discovered that people use that as an additive for cocktails to add that smokiness without adding more spirit.
Okay.
So I whipped up a quick batch of Lapsang Souchong syrup by just brewing basically a half cup of it, pretty strong. And then I did a half cup of turbinado sugar. You could do any sugar, but I wanted something with a little bit extra.
What's tuxedo sugar? What is it called?
Tuxedo? Turbinado. It's just a different type of sugar. It's a brown sugar.
Rock sugar?
It's granulated, but it's a little rougher. It's closer to like a cane sugar. You can use any sugar you want. You can use like granulated sugar from the baking aisle if you want. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But just do a 1-to-1 with that tea and the sugar, and you get this Lapsang Souchong smoky syrup.
Okay.
And I did a 1/4 ounce of that, and I did 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Mm-hmm. For me, that's where I like to end it. But if that's a little strong for you, you can also add like a little splash, like a bar spoon of like a velvet falernum. It adds a little bit of spice. What are you doing? What is this face?
What's that?
It's a pretty common ingredient in like tiki cocktails.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people will have it on their shelf if they're into making tiki drinks. If you're not going to lose anything by not including this. It's literally just a splash of it. And it adds a little bit of like lightness to it. It's kind of, I'm going to say that it sweetens it up, but it doesn't really. It's not like a sweetener, but it lifts the sweet in a way that made it a little too sweet for me. But
Oh.
if it's a little spirit forward for you, then add that little splash of velvet falernum, or another quarter ounce of, or even not even a quarter ounce, but like an eighth of an ounce, I guess, like another splash, another bar spoon or two of the syrup. You're good.
Oh, okay.
You get that nice smoky smell. You just stir it up in a glass with your ice and you're good to go.
Okay, run it back. Full recipe.
2.5 ounces of Irish whiskey, quarter ounce of Lapsang Souchong syrup, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters with an optional bar spoon of velvet falernum. I call it in the bleak midwinter.
Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Because it has that, like, when you lift it up to your face, it has that, like,
aroma?
Smoky. Yeah, you feel like you're in an Irish pub. You're drinking a glass of whiskey, but it's not going to, like, knock you on your ass if, like, it would if you're drinking just straight whiskey all night.
Okay. Learning as always what things are.
So the syrup is the tricky thing, but you can get a Lapsang Souchong tea blend pretty much anywhere. I ordered mine from Adagio. That's where I get my like nice teas. But if you can get one anywhere, it's just a smoky tea. It's good for this. It's real easy to whip up a syrup and use it a few times, and then you're out of it. So
did you stir it? Shake it? Stir.
Yeah, I stirred it in the glass, and then I added the ice this time. Except I was dumb and didn't add the syrup at first. So I was like, boy, this feels really strong today for some reason.
I don't think I've done a drink yet where I'm stirring it. I'm shaking the shit out of everything in here.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it.
Well, you do a lot of stuff that has like a fruit juice in it.
Yeah. Excellent choice. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Well, have we reached our bonus feature yet?
We have. Oh my God, are you ready?
Is this a game?
This is a game. Do you want to know the name of it?
Oh boy.
So don't read too much into the name. I just think it's a dumb, funny name.
Okay.
Carly, you are about to play All Peaky, No Blinders.
Oh my God. Okay, what do I need to do for this?
Okay, here are the rules. I'm going to read you the name of a bar or a tavern, a pub, a saloon, whatever, from a movie or a TV show. There's going to be 2 rounds. One is movies, one is TV shows. So that should help you filter your thinking. Your job is to name the movie or the show. So here's how the scoring works. I'll tell you how many points you earn each time. So you don't really need to remember this, but I think it's good for you to hear it up front so you know what the stakes are. You will score 3 points if you can give me the correct answer without any hints. Okay? So if I say the name of the place and you tell me the name of the movie or TV show without any other hints, you get 3 points.
Okay.
You will score 2 points if you get the correct answer from the year and the director. When we get to TV shows, it's not necessarily the director. It's like the dates of the show and the network that it ran on.
Yeah.
You score 1 point if you want the multiple choice option and you get it correct. But there is an opportunity for bonus points on every single question.
Okay. Do I have to request that?
No, what you have to do is you have to name where the bar or saloon or whatever is, physical location, if it's in a city and state or if it's in a specific place or whatever. Like you have to tell me where it is or the owners or any of the staff who work there. I know that sounds crazy, but when I give you some of the examples, you're going to go, oh, I could name a couple people who work at this place. And you could get a bonus point for each of those people.
Okay.
I think the best way to do it is to dive in and I will give you your options as we go. All right. Round 1 is just movies. This is 5 questions. These are only from movies. So you don't have to think of TV shows at all.
Movies, film, cinema.
Your first one is Bob's Country Bunker.
What movie is Bob's Bunker in?
Bob's Country Bunker.
Okay. So can I have a multiple choice?
So we can do that if you want. We can skip right to that, but you only get 1 point if you get it right. Or you might get 2 points if you get it from the year and director.
No, I want multiple choice.
Your choices are Roadhouse, The Blues Brothers, or Crazy Heart.
I'm going to go with Roadhouse.
You are going to walk away with 0 points for question number 1. I'm sorry. Okay. Bob's Country Bunker is famously from The Blues Brothers, the 1980 movie from John Landis. It is located in Kokomo, Indiana, and it is owned by Bob of Bob's Country Bunker.
Okay.
And Claire is the waitress. who they... Oh, we got both kinds, country and Western. Question number 2. The Green Dragon.
What movie is the Green Dragon from?
Yes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you a free hint here, and that this is from a series. I'm specifically talking about the first time it shows up in the series, but I will give you credit for any of them in the series because that's...
I want choice number 2. I want the year and director.
Okay. It first appeared in a movie in 2001 in a film directed by Peter Jackson.
What's the name of the bar?
The Green Dragon. A bunch of folks at home are screaming the answer right now.
I don't know.
Would you like the multiple choice?
Sure.
The multiple choice options are Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, or Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
I'm going to go Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm sorry. The answer was Fellowship of the Ring. The Green Dragon. Pippin and Merry sing the Green Dragon song in Return of the King.
Oh, yes.
That is located in a town called Bywater, which is near the Shire. And the only staff member...
Take a look at the Shire.
And the only staff member we ever hear mentioned from the Green Dragon is Rosie, who Samwise Gamgee ends up with.
Well, yeah, that's right. Okay.
That's where Rosie's from. Okay. Question number 3. Rick's Cafe Americain.
I'm going to go with Casablanca.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You get 3 points.
Woo!
Can you name where it's located and any of the staff members from Rick's Cafe Americain?
Sam.
Sam works there. Okay. Do you remember what he does? You don't need to know this. I'm just quizzing you.
He's the piano player.
Absolutely. Good. That's 1 bonus point. Any others?
No. I'd like to move on.
Not even Rick. He owns the joint.
I didn't think that was an option.
I said any of the staff members. He owns the place.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, you don't get that one because I said it. But also Sasha, the bartender, is one of the other characters. And it is located in Casablanca, by the way. You could have gotten a bonus point for that one. You could have just said that. Which is in Morocco, in case anybody's keeping score at home.
Listen, there's a lot of places to keep track of. Okay,
there's a lot of places on Earth.
I now have 4 points.
Yeah, you came surging back. Well done.
Yes, I did.
All right, question number 4. If you don't get this...
I'm so scared. Okay.
Question number 4. The 3 broomsticks.
Okay. The 3 broomsticks are from Harry Potter.
I'm going to give you the 3 points for that.
Great.
Do you know which movie specifically it first appears in? I'll give you a bonus point if you name which one it is.
I'm going to go with Prisoner of Azkaban.
I'll give you a bonus point for that. Absolutely. Woo! That's the one. Good job. Can you name any of the staff members or where it is located for additional bonus points?
It is located in Hogsmeade.
It is. Bonus point. Bow.
Yes. Woo! What an easy one.
Can you name any of the staff?
I know.
I was only able to find 2 named staff members.
Yeah, I can't.
And one of them I would be shocked if you got.
No, I can't. I can't think of it at the top of my head.
So the one that we hear about in the books is Madame Rosmerta.
Yes.
She was the proprietor in the late 20th century, apparently.
Yes.
But in the late 19th century, which is when the game Hogwarts Legacy takes place, there is another proprietor of record called Serona Ryan. So if you had named either of those people, you could have gotten bonus points for those.
I was thinking there was a woman and a man, but I couldn't remember names.
Yeah, these were the only ones. I did deep dives to try and find named staff members of all these places just to make sure that I was being fair about it.
Okay.
That was a big round for you. You got...
That was. So I got 5.
There's one more question in round 1.
Okay.
Number 5. Question number 5. The Winchester Tavern. The Winchester. I said it both ways in case you needed it to hear it a certain way.
The Winchester Tavern?
The Winchester. Yep.
I'm going to go with multiple choice for 1 point, please.
Okay. The multiple choice for the Winchester are Green Street Hooligans, The World's End, or Shaun of the Dead.
Green Street Hooligans.
The answer was Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, bummer. Okay, now I'm...
Yeah, we go to the Winchester, have a pint, wait for this whole thing to blow over.
Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah. 2004, Edgar Wright. I'm going to assume that you can't name any of the staff members or the location. Maybe you can name the location.
Nope.
No? Okay. The Staff members are John and Bernie, who may or may not have ties to the London Mafia, which it says in the wiki, which I don't remember being important in the movie, but apparently is a thing. And it's located in London. That's it.
Great.
Okay, so that's round one. What's your total for round one? That's the movies round.
9.
9. Not bad. Out of 5 questions, yeah. Because you got some good bonuses in there. That's good. I think there are a couple in this second round, which is our TV show round. I think you're going to make up some ground here.
If you say so.
Question number 6. The name of the tavern is Cheers. Give me the name of the show.
Cheers.
Hey, 3 points to you.
3 points.
I felt like a moron doing the research to like add in all these things. And my multiple choices were cheers, cheers, or cheers. Because I was like, there's no way it's going to get to this.
Sam works there. Diane works there. Coach works there.
Coach Ernie Pantuso.
Well, Norm doesn't work there, but he drinks there.
Yeah, we're not going to count that because he doesn't work there, but you're correct.
Is Woody's name Woody there?
Woody. Yeah, Woody Boyd.
Okay.
There are 2 other people who have worked there that were waitresses.
I know.
/ like partial owners.
She's married to Danny DeVito. What is her name in the show?
What's her character name?
I know. I'm like blanking.
Oh, no.
Carla?
There's only one left. Can you name that last person?
Another waitress?
She was the replacement for Diane.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. She was like the owner, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was like a part owner. Or maybe the full owner.
In with John Travolta.
Look Who's Talking?
Christy Alley? No.
But
I don't, what is her name?
Yeah, if you don't know it, this is going to be a tough pull.
Rebecca!
You got them all. You got all 6. Can you name where the bar is?
Boston.
Yes. So you got
so I got
3 points for getting it right, plus 7 bonus points.
7, baby. Woo! What a rush.
Oh man, she's back in the game.
Okay, and we're back in the game now.
Listen, there were a couple gimmies. I definitely didn't think you were going to name all the staff members of Cheers.
Well,
Question number 7.
Okay.
I think you're going to get this one.
Well.
The Garrison.
Oh, Peaky Blinders. 3 points.
The harder part is this next bit, if you want to name any bonuses for bonuses.
Well, Grace works there.
Grace Burgess.
Who else works there?
You can also include owners, remember.
I mean, the Peaky Blinders own it.
There were specific people who were in charge of the place. There was someone specific who owned it.
Tommy Shelby?
No, he gave it to somebody.
I don't know.
It's okay. You got the 3 plus the 1 because you got Grace. Can you name where it is? Where it's located?
Birmingham.
Yeah, I'll take Birmingham. If we want to be even more specific, it's in Small Heath.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the original bartender was Harry Fenton.
Oh.
Tommy bought it from Harry and gave it to Arthur. Arthur Shelby was the owner of record when they owned it. And then starting in 1929, Mickey Gibbs took over. Mickey Gibbs was the one by the end of the series who ratted them out. Do you remember that? To the fascists?
Yeah. All right. I got 5.
All right. Number 8. Question number 8. Moe's Tavern.
Moe's Tavern.
Moe's Tavern. MOE''S Tavern. Moe's Tavern.
I'd like a multiple choice, please.
Okay. Multiple choice is The Simpsons, Family Guy, or SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm going to go with Family Guy. No. I'm going to go with The Simpsons.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Yes, it's The Simpsons.
Woo!
I was about to say an answer. You are eligible to get bonuses still. Name a staff member, name where it is. Where is this thing located? Who works there?
No idea. I've never watched The Simpsons.
What? You are like the perfect age to have watched The Simpsons growing up.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't watch it.
It was operated by Mo Sizlak. Sizlak?
Okay.
I don't know. And it's located in Springfield, which is somewhere in the USA.
Okay.
So you got 1 point for that one. That one was the most surprising one to me. I thought that would be another gimme. Number 9, Paddy's Pub. PADDY''S.
Yes. That is from Always Sunny, Philadelphia. It is located in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Charlie works there. Don't they? Do they all work there?
Yeah, if you name the key cast, you basically have one for each.
Charlie, Dee, Dennis, and Mac.
Yeah. There's also one more who is a part owner in the bar.
I can't remember.
Frank Reynolds is the last one you're missing.
Yeah, Frank. Classic.
Frank. Yeah. But you got 4 bonus points plus the 3 for the getting it right, plus the 1. So you got 8 points for that one. Wow.
Okay.
Can I tell you that I'm surprised that you were so aware of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? That doesn't seem to me to be your kind of show.
Well, aren't we shocked? I haven't watched Simpsons, but I've watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Honestly, my mind is like blown right now. Okay, this one, okay. I would like to say that this is a more challenging one, but I honestly can't tell anymore.
The one we just did or the one that's...
No, number 10. This is the final.
Oh, this is the final. Okay.
Number 10. Mm-hmm. The name of this bar is 10 Forward.
10 Forward?
Mm-hmm. Remember, I can give you the run dates and the network.
Okay, I'll do that one.
The series ran from September 28th, 1987 to May 23rd, 1994. So 1987 to 1994. Mm-hmm. And it actually didn't run on a single network. It ran in first run syndication. So it was one of those like superstation shows.
I'd like a multiple choice.
Okay. Multiple choice options are Star Trek The Next Generation, Battlestar Galactica, or Farscape. You didn't watch any of these, did you?
I'm going to go with Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, that's not it.
What's the answer?
The answer is Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, Next Generation.
It was operated by Guinan, who was played by Whoopi Goldberg. Also, 2 other characters who were named as like operators were Ben and Lal. Don't remember them at all. I watched the entire series. I don't remember them. And it was located... Can you guess where it was located?
No.
Okay, great. It was located on the USS Enterprise D on Deck 10, Forward Station 1.
Deck 10.
Hence,
okay.
10 Forward.
Yep. Okay.
So let's tally up your points, shall we? Let's see how you did.
Am I doing both? So
all together. Oh, yeah. All together.
Okay. Total 30.
30 points.
30 points.
All right. That's fantastic.
We did it.
Well,
I didn't do great. I feel like I should have known more, but that's okay.
I'm terrified of the idea that one day you'll write a game for this and that I will know all the answers and not be able to summon them in the moment.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, Jeff.
No, you did a great job.
Okay. I think we've hit our last call, Jeff. It is time to close out our tab. Is there any last remarks on the Peaky Blinders we need to chat about?
Peaky Blinders.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what? I do have a statement to make about the film.
The floor is yours.
I thought that this was a really nice way to send off Tommy Shelby. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a nice way to close out the series, to close out the story. As the end of the Tommy Shelby saga, I thought this was really nice. The pacing was a little weird in the movie, but I enjoyed the story because I like the character so much. They earned a lot of goodwill from me by doing a good series. And it ended in a place that I felt like he fully earned, that I felt like he redeemed himself in the way that he wanted to. And it was just generally, I'm going to say the word inoffensive, but that's maybe not.
Gotta be a better word for that, Jeff.
Yeah. I know. I think that it's just nice. I don't have a better way to say it.
I think it was not like well thought out, but it was not even well rounded. It was just a kind of just put a bow on it. It was his life, kind of.
Yeah. Like we need to close out his chapter. I think it did that nicely.
Yeah.
Is that the totality of your thoughts about it?
Yes. I think the pacing of the movie was also, I agree with that. I think this was an epic ending to his reign.
They closed it out appropriately.
Yeah. I think this is a culture movie. People talk about this series and this movie. And this was a wrap up for it.
It felt like it fit.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I could give it a better compliment than that.
It's time to close out our tab on the Peaky Blinders review. The Garrison is closing down. Check us out on socials or wherever you listen to your podcast at 6 Reels Neat everywhere. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. I order the 6 Reels Neat.
I order the 6 Reels Neat.